female reproductive system begins to function after the female reaches puberty. Hormonal levels fluctuate through the reproductive years, which ends at menopause, when the production of hormones drops. The reproductive cycle goes through a process called menstruation. The 28 menstrual cycle consists of 4 phases. The first phase is the flow phase, where the endometrium of the uterus shreds and is released externally from the body. This happens from day 1 to 5. The next phase is the follicular phase. The endometrium is restored, and because of the follicle-stimulating hormone, follicles in the ovary develop and secrete estrogen. The more developed the follicles get, the higher the concentration of estrogen. This happens from day 6 to 13. The next phase is the ovulatory phase. A luteinizing hormone triggers the egg to leave the ovaries, and the follicle cells differentiate into corpus luteum, which triggers the next process. This happens on day 14. And the last phase is the luteal phase. Estrogen levels drop until the corpus luteum begins to secrete estrogen and progesterone, 2 very important female sex hormones. Progesterone continues stimulation of the endometrium and preparing the uterus for an embryo. This happens between day 15 to 28. If the egg is not fertilized, the cycle will go back to the first step and the endometrium will be flushed from the body. However, if the egg is fertilized, the woman becomes pregnant. The first hormone produced by the body following conception is the human chorionic gonadotropin. This hormone keeps estrogen and progesterone at their appropriate levels until the placenta is developed enough to take over this function. However, sometimes women try to get pregnant but can't due to infertility. Infertility can be caused by flaws in the regulation of hormones from the hypothalamus or the pituitary gland. The follicle-stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone are produced by the pituitary gland. If the gland is not functioning properly, causing too much or too little of these hormones to produce, they will not be able to stimulate ovulation and no egg will be released. Luteal phase defects can also cause problems when the ovaries do not produce enough progesterone after ovulation, leaving the uterine lining unprepared for a fertilized egg. When the main hormones in ovulation are not regulated and working properly, it makes it next to impossible to get pregnant. If a woman does not want to get pregnant, she has the option of using the birth control pill. It was found that injecting progesterone was effective in preventing the onset of pregnancy, and synthetic versions of the hormone were just as effective. The pill contains high levels of progesterone, which deceives the body into believing that the woman is already pregnant, since progesterone and estrogen levels are much higher during pregnancy. As one hormone is increased, the other will follow, tricking the body. The ovaries do not release egg cells during pregnancy, so while on the pill, no egg enters the uterus for fertilization, thus reducing the chance of pregnancy. Another effective birth control pill is inhibiting the LH and FS hormones. Without these hormones, ovulation does not occur and an egg cell is not released.